right, yesterday we had started on page 18 of our journal, so we're going to review that really quick. So our summary that we wrote at the bottom was, if I have multiple variables on one side, combine like terms, and if I have parentheses, distribute. Move my variable to the side with the biggest coefficient and solve. Okay, and then we did a couple of examples. Okay, we had left off, we did number 3. So what I would normally do is, if you were in class, is I would have you write down number 4, pause this video, and go ahead and try to work it out. That is 19 minus 13p equals negative 17p minus 5. So go ahead and pause and go ahead and try this. Alright, you should have already paused and worked it. So I'm going to start with, do I have any parentheses? No. Do I have multiple variables on one side? No, I have multiple variables, but I do not have multiple variables on one side. So what I'm going to do now is move my variable to the side with the biggest coefficient. So this has a coefficient of negative 13 and negative 17. Negative 13 is my bigger coefficient, so the opposite of negative 17 is to add 17p. Does that show up? Yeah. Cancels, leaving me with just a negative 5. And then we have 19 still, but negative 13 plus 17p is a positive 4p. So positive 4p. From here, subtract 19 from both sides. Negative 5 minus 19 is negative 24. Divide both sides by 4. P equals negative 6. Sorry, I ran out of room there. P equals negative 6. Alright. Let's look at number 5. Draw my line. So I'm going to ask myself, do I have parentheses? Yes, I have parentheses. So I need to take care of those first. Give my 6 to my A, 6A, bring down my plus. Parentheses means multiplication, so 6 times 4 is 24. Did not use my 9A yet. Do I have multiple A's on one side? No. So I'm going to look at my coefficient. Is my 9 or my 6 bigger? My 9 is, so I'm going to subtract my 6A. This is a positive 6a. The opposite of that is a negative. We move 24. 9a minus 6a is 3a. Remove the mic real quick so it might make some noises. Sorry. Sometimes when the mic gets too close to the computer, it makes loud noises. Divide both sides by 3. And a equals 8. All right, let's look at number 6. Draw my line. First question, do I have parentheses? Yes, so I need to take care of those first. 2 times h is 2h. Bring down my plus. 2 times 1 is 2. 5h minus 7, I didn't use. Do I have multiple h's on one side? Nope, I have an h there, an h there. So I'm going to move to my bigger coefficient. So I have a 5, and I have a 2. So I'm going to move my 2 to my 5. I have to do it to both sides. This leaves me with just a 2 over here. 5 minus 2 is 3h. Didn't use my minus 7. Oh, sorry. Writing at an angle, so it breaks easier. Add 7 to both sides. Divide both sides by 3, and h equals 3. All right, I need you to get out a piece of paper now. We are going to do some notes on a separate sheet of paper. And this is a piece of paper that you are going to send to me. I'm going to talk to you at the end of the video about it. So go ahead and pause this video and get out a piece of paper. Alright, if you need to pause the video to get a piece of paper, that's what I did. Put your name at the top and write this problem down. Alright, we're going to solve it. So we're going to draw a line. I'm going to say, do I have parentheses? No. Do I have multiple variables on one side? No. So I need to move my variables over. So I have a 2 and a 6. So I'm going to move my smaller variable over. That leaves me with 4 on this side and 4m. Bring down my minus 4 on this side. I'm going to, I have all my m's to one side, which is good. So now I need to work, so I'm going to add 4 to both sides. And then I'm going to divide 4. 8 divided by 4 is 2. And so my m equals 2. I encourage you, if you are not understanding, please, please, please email me or message me. Be sure you're showing every single step because you're going to turn this into me, and I will not be giving full credit if all work is not shown. Alright, if you need to pause, you can pause, but we're going to move on. Go ahead and write this question down. Alright, we're going to draw a line. Do I have parentheses? No. Do I have multiple p's on one side? Yes, I have 5p minus p. So at 5 p's, sorry you can't see my 5 fingers, and I take away one of those fingers, I now have 4p plus 3 and 3p plus 7. I no longer have multiple p's on one side, so I need to get all my p's to one side. So I'm going to move my smaller of my p's. Cancels, leaving me with 7. 4p minus 3p is just 1p, or just p, plus 3. Opposite of adding 3 is subtracting 3. And 1p is the same as just p. 7 minus 4, I mean 7 minus 3 is 4. If you need to pause to copy that down, go ahead and do it. Alright, I'm going to slide over, and we're going to do 2e plus 3 equals 16. So I'm going to draw a line and ask myself, do I have parentheses? Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of them. 2 times e is 2e. Bring down my plus. 2 times 3 is 6. If you don't remember how to do that, it's called distributing. And it's on page 13 of your journal. Now, do I have multiple e's? No. So I'm just going to solve like normal. Subtracted 6 from both sides. Giving me 2 e's, so it looks like a c and a 10. Get rid of that 2, that coefficient of 2. I'm going to divide both sides by 2. Leaving with e equals 5. If you need to copy that down, go ahead and do so. Alright, we're going to move on. I'm going to slide over. I have negative 2 p plus 4 equals negative 4p. Drop my line. Ask myself, do I have parentheses? Yes, I have to distribute. Negative 2 times p is negative 2p. Bring down my addition. Negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. Didn't do anything with this side, so I'm going to leave it. I don't have any more parentheses. Do I have more than one P on one side? No. So now I'm just going to work on moving all my P's to one side. Now this one's a little bit tricky, and I purposely put this one on here because I have two different P's. If I take this P off though, am I have anything left on this side? And I can do that. It would be a 0 on this side, but that's not what I'm going to do because I want to keep something on that side. So we're going to this time not add our smallest. And we're going to see that that leaves us with a negative on this side, which we don't really like negatives. I get that. I was left with a -8. -4 plus 2 is -2. Divide both sides by -2. Welcome, use a calculator to help. This cancels. -8 divided by -2 is a +4. Hey, both my P's equaled 4. You need to pause to copy down. Please do so. All right, we're going to slide over and do another one. 7C minus 5 minus 3C equals 6C minus 9. All right, first question. Do I have parentheses? No. Do I have multiple variables on one side? Yes, I have a 7C and a minus 3C. So I'm going to go ahead and combine. So 7C minus 3C is 4C. Bring down my minus 5 that I didn't get to use. Remember when I combine terms to include whatever operation is with it? Didn't do anything to that side. Do I have parentheses? No. Do I have multiple variables on one side? No. I have a 4 and a 6 for my coefficient, so I'm going to remove my smaller coefficient, leaving me with -5. 6 minus 4 is 2C. Then I'm going to add 9 to both sides. Divide both sides by 2. And I get that C equals 2. All right. All right, let's go down. We have 3 more problems we have to do, or that we're going to do, hopefully. We have 7A minus 3 equals 3 plus 6A. So I'm going to ask, do I have parentheses? No. Do I have multiple variables on one side? No. So all I need to do is move my smaller. So I have 6 and 7. 6 is the smaller coefficient. Coefficient is the number in front of a variable. 7 minus 6 is 1A. Add 3 to both sides. I can drop that 1. And 3 plus 3 is 6. Definitely one of the easier ones, I think. Alright, let's look at another one. 5 plus 2x minus 2, equals, sorry, I can't read my own handwriting, x plus 2 plus 1. Ooh, that's a messy one. So let's see. I can see off the bat I've got parentheses. So let's take care of it. 2x, bring down my plus, 2 times 2 is 4, bring down my plus 1, nothing from that side. Alright, so I don't have variables on the same side, like I have 1 on this, but you can see I have this 4 and this 1. So we can combine it now, or we can combine it later. I'm going to go ahead and combine it now. So that is 4 plus 1, which is 5. So 2x plus 5. And when I subtract 2x minus 2x, I can see that that gets rid of my x's. And we're just going to say, we're just going to leave this one as this. We're just going to put no answer. That is something you'll learn in algebra next year. I actually didn't mean to give you one like that, so I'm really sorry.